I'm Amy, and joining me is Ricky and Eli, who are just being absolutely adorable playing with a toy together. And welcome to week 23 of Growing Up Guide Pup. So a lot of you viewers are regular dog people who are just interested in dogs or have dogs of your own, and some of the viewers are guide dog puppy raisers just like us. Well, Hannah Banana 559 is a brand new puppy raiser. She's getting her first puppy on July 24th, and she sent in a question on our last episode of what advice do I have for a new person who's just getting started. Even though Ricky's 3/4 golden retriever, she ended up with the Labrador coat, which tends to shed a fair amount, and she just started shedding, so we're now having to groom her more often. So you want to start your puppy grooming at a very young age, basically when you get him or her, so they get comfortable with the feel and the motions and being touched all over. So as you can see, Ricky is super comfortable with being groomed. We started her at a very young age and she actually really enjoys it. And it's a good way to bond with your dog also. It's a good one-on-one time where she's getting lots of attention, and it's good positive attention. Another important fact to remember is that these are not regular dogs that I am raising, and they do spend a fair amount of time in public and in restaurants. So I always need to remember when I'm bringing a dog out into public, just like in a restaurant, that she should be very well groomed. So it's most important to keep these dogs really maintained and well groomed so they're not leaving a whole lot of fur behind, to leave a positive impact on the public, and hopefully not leave a full head of hair behind her when we leave. So Ricky was born in San Rafael, which is maybe about 20 minutes north of San Francisco. So naturally, she decided to become a Giants fan and insisted on wearing her very own San Francisco Giants jersey for this segment. And this week, we took her to her very first Major League Baseball game. So there's so many different training opportunities at AT&T Park, and one of them being the crowd. It's a huge crowd that makes a ton of noises that Ricky hasn't heard before, and it was great to expose her to this. The other portion of the crowd is navigating through it. We did take Ricky for a walk through the park just so she can see everything that there was to offer. And there's a lot of people standing around, there's a lot of people walking different directions, so she had to be very diligent and working her way through the crowd, stopping when people were passing and moving on and trying not to pull too much. This is important for her to figure out because one day she hopefully will be leading somebody who is blind, who it'll be her job to navigate through the crowd and make sure that her partner can get through the crowd without any problems or tripping or running into people. So it's a great experience for her to be in a crowded situation. So there's lots of stairs throughout the park, and so we had to go up and down a lot of stairs, which Ricky is doing pretty well at. She's learning not to go down the stairs too quickly or too slowly, and she needs to keep pace with me. And she's pretty darn good at stairs. Some of our other dogs have pulled a lot going up and down stairs, even missed stairs jumping off the end of the stairs, which is not good for a guide dog puppy because when she's leading somebody who's blind, she has to make sure she walks on every single one of the stairs. Jumping down a stair could lead to somebody falling. Another thing we get to work on is food distraction. When we went to sit down in our seats, somebody was already sitting there and they decided to eat a bunch of peanuts and left the shells everywhere. So we had to clear a path so Ricky wouldn't chew on the shells, and we did our best, but there were still shells around in her reach, and she was very tempted to go after these. So we had to work her through this, and she did a pretty darn good job. So we've mentioned in previous episodes that Ricky has a little bit of a ball obsession. She's fascinated by things that move, and balls are one of them. And at AT&T Park, there's places where people can actually do batting practice or even throw fast pitch. And we went down and sat Ricky in front of both of these booths and let her watch and hopefully work through some of her issues where she's not too obsessed with balls. At first, Ricky was really intrigued by the balls and just staring at them, so we kind of worked her through it and see if we can refocus her attention to us. And when we were ready to go, she had no problem getting up and leaving, and so I think it went pretty darn good. Recently, we started a fan page on Facebook, so if you guys are on Facebook, check us out. It's Growing Up Guide Pup, and we are posting behind-the-scenes photos of Ricky, so check it on out. And that's it for this week, and I'll see you next time on Growing Up Guide Pup.